Imagine for a moment the very first human-made object ever sent into the dark, silent expanse of space. This was Sputnik 1. It was a metal sphere with long antennas that transmitted a repeating radio beat back to Earth. That signal proved our rockets worked. It also sparked a new question among scientists and curious kids. Who would go next? How do you transition from launching a metal machine to a living person? First, the vacuum. As you leave the atmosphere, the air fades away, leaving no oxygen. Then the weight. Up there, gravity vanishes, and we didn't know how the human heart or brain would react to weightlessness. Reaching orbit required more than a powerful engine. It needed a pilot ready to face the boundaries of human endurance. Yuri Gagarin was the pilot chosen for the mission. Bravery alone was not enough. His body had to be trained for forces humans were never meant to feel. To simulate the dizziness of a rocket flight, Yuri spent hours in spinning chairs until the room became a disorienting streak of color. He practiced in a heavy, pressurized spacesuit designed to hold back the vacuum of space. There was also the challenge of weightlessness. Yuri had to learn to operate controls while his body drifted away from the floor. Imagine trying to eat lunch if your sandwich and juice box kept floating toward the ceiling. This conditioning was his only protection. It was the way to ensure his body wouldn't fail once the engines ignited. On the launch pad, the Vostok 1 waited. It was a tower of metal packed with fuel. Yuri sat in a cramped cockpit at the very top. As the hatch closed, he was alone with the sound of the systems priming for launch. The countdown began. Underneath him, the engines ignited, and the entire spacecraft began to vibrate. 3, 2, 1. Over the radio, Yuri shouted a single word. Poyekali. Let's go. The Vostok 1 tore away from the Earth, riding a column of flame through the atmosphere. In that moment, the math of the engineers and the training of the pilot met the reality of the flight. The vibration stopped. The roar was replaced by weightless silence. What did Yuri see when he looked out of his small window? He saw our home. Against the black void of space, the Earth was a globe of blue oceans and white clouds. After circling the planet, Yuri returned to the ground, proving a human could survive the journey. Crowds flooded the streets of Moscow to celebrate a milestone the world had only dreamed of. The 108-minute flight proved that humanity was no longer confined to a single planet. From a beeping satellite to a human in orbit, the journey had only just begun. Would you like to go to space one day?